Welcome to another bonus round of Must Play. With me as always is TJ, and today we're diving into how we did on our 2025 goals as a podcast and as individuals, as well as listing out some new ones for 2026. Did we accomplish what we set out to do, or did we fall short? But first, TJ, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. We're obviously a little bit late on this one. We're a few days into the year, but I digress. We had to get these on the board. We had to own up to some of our makes and our misses from the past year and let the people know how we did, right? Can't just skip over that.
Exactly. And I needed goals. I've had these since before the first, but I've been really eager to kind of share them with you because I had these top of mind last year, especially in Q4. I was realizing, as one does, oh shit, I need to get on this.
Yeah.
I was curious about you though. Like, did that happen to you? Were these top of mind throughout the year, or did you let them slip?
I think a lot of these ones, more so the golf ones, are kind of top of mind every time I play, because I think every goal that I have that comes to the actual like playing of the game of golf, an individual round, they all kind of ladder off of each other to where it was like, all right, like if I do these two things, then this one will happen. Or like if I did this one, chances are it's because of these two things happened. So those ones were kind of always the idea of me breaking 90s always kind of floating around in my head. So everything else just kind of falls into pattern. And then I think I was pretty far ahead on some of the other ones that were more round based. So I didn't necessarily have to think about those. But I feel like I played a lot of golf in the front half of the year. And then in the back half of the year, I played very little golf. I went and got married and, tweaked my back twice in the last 6 months of the year and did a lot of traveling. So a lot of personal fun stuff. But when it came to actual golf goals, I think I was like, and then also like, you hit the end of the year, it's the holidays, and you feel like every weekend there's something to do. It was, it felt impossible to get out to a golf course for me.
I had one goal that was shared with trying to get more rounds with you, and you boned me on this one because of all the stuff you had in the back half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were on pace to do so many rounds together, and one of the goals was play 15 rounds with you in 2025, and I'm just going to go ahead and spoil that did not happen. We were on such good pace when we did the mid-year check-in, and then it just kind of fell off there. But
yeah, I mean, we didn't even get to like squeak one in during my wedding week when you were actually in town.
That was my fault, though. That wasn't your fault. I'll take ownership of that one.
I mean, also I was also busy. Like it wasn't like my schedule wasn't exactly like wide open, and it was like, well, we just didn't play golf.
Yeah. Well, so this year, we're going to do it in format. This will be a quicker episode, but we're going to review each of our golf goals for 2025. We're going to set new ones in 2026. And then for the first time this year, we're going to set personal goals, or at least share some of our personal goals with the rest of the community. And at the end, we're going to review how we did as a podcast and as an account, and then look into 2026 as well for FairWagers and Must Play.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first, or do you want to go second?
I can go first. Okay. Yeah, I can lead us off. So we'll kick off here with the 2025 golf goals. Number one here was play 20 rounds. I did some combing through 18 birdies last night, and officially in 18 birdies, I have 19 rounds, but I know that there's 2 rounds from Rams Hill that I don't think I put in there. There's like random tournament scramble that I played in that didn't get put in. So I know we beat this one, but I don't have it officially on paper. So maybe this year we'll be a little bit more diligent in tracking.
Nice.
I had one for one. The next 2 were a miss. A round with no 3 putts and a round with no 2 chips on the same hole.
Okay.
Neither of these happened. It was one of those ones where I felt like I might have played a round with no 2 chips, but if I go back and like think about it, I'm like, where's that line of what is and is not a chip? What's that distance that you can take? Yeah. Do you flub what feels like a pitch shot in your brain maybe, but anybody else would be like, no, you hit a chip there and it came up short and then you chipped onto the green.
It's kind of an eye test for those two, but or not the 3 putt, but the chipping one at least.
No, the chipping one for sure. So both of those were supposed to ladder into this next goal, which was break 90. This is going to be probably one of the more controversial ones that we'll talk about. Technically, I broke 90 this year. I can't remember. I don't think I've told the story on the pod yet. I think you and I have talked about it. I think I did a social post about it. But technically, I broke 90 playing Torrey Pines North from the most forward tees. Now,
also known as
the most forward tees. It's 2026, and they're the most forward tees, Sean.
Okay. You don't have to box me in like that. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, you put me in a place where either I had to be politically correct or I had to lump in with you.
Shit on me, make me look like the bad guy.
Exactly. Okay. Someone has to be the bad guy.
Congratulations on your welcome.
Either way, what happened was that this was pre-prep for the Farmers Insurance, and they scalped the course and they really scalped the tee boxes. So when we showed up to play that day, I was like, oh, let's play one of the middle-ish tee boxes. And it was like as far back as you can go on the regular sets of tee boxes. At Torrey Pines, there's usually another set of tee boxes further back that they only let professionals play or are only played in the tournaments. But these were like as far back as you could possibly go. And we played through like 2 or 3 holes of that to where I was like, man, these holes are super long. Like I'm not like a short player, but I'm also not like a long player. Like there was a hole where I hit like a decent drive and then still had like a 230 in on a par 4. And I was like, what are we doing here?
Well, so those back tees, you're not playing the professional tip ones, but they're still like over 6,800 or something like that, aren't they?
It was real. It felt real long. It felt real long. Like there's like a few things that Torrey does because there's no OB, and they make the course longer, they make the rough higher, and they make the greens fast.
Yeah.
So what happened was we were about 4 holes in, and I think we switched to, I was like, well, let's just play the next tee up. Like, let's go to whatever that next tee up is. And then through about another 4 holes, we realized that they had just pushed the next 2 sets of tees all the way forward. So I played Torrey as short as it could be and shot an 89.
Were they yellow tees? Is that what they were?
Well, they had what I think the yellows is their most forward tees. They don't have a red.
So the ones back from tournament, black is the tournament ones they don't let you play. Brown is 6781 yards, so around 6,800 yards.
Yeah. What does it say that the gold is or the yellow?
5,100 yards.
Yeah. So there was a lot of choices where like my driver wasn't the best that day, so I wouldn't even take like a driver off of a tee if there was a chance that I could put one OB, which then leads me to my next goal: play around with the same ball. Also confidently check that one off. Same round. No lost balls that day.
At Torrey?
Yes.
Wait, are you saying that the no 2 chips and 3 putts was also at Torrey?
No, I didn't do those.
Oh, I thought you said all of the. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No,
I was going to say that's a whole different ball game.
No, I think that score would have been a lot lower if I had no 3 putts and no 2 chips and no penalty strokes. I also similarly played around earlier in the year when I played Biltmore with Alex from Babes Golf, where I technically played that entire round with the same ball. But at one point, that ball did go in a backyard, and I did fish that ball out with a club.
I don't remember that one. I count that one.
I mean, that's up there, but it's not. Either way, we still checked it off officially with this Torrey Pines round. Throw your asterisks on it. Tell me to wear my skirt. Tell me to hit it with my purse. Do whatever you want to do. But know that I technically broke 90, but I still want to break 90 from a regular set of tee boxes. That was
going to be my question to you was, at the end of the day, do you feel good about saying, yeah, I don't.
No, I do not tell people that I broke 90. I do not. I do not. Yeah, I don't. I know some people will say, well, you did it. Like, say that you did it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But to me, like it just feels like I have to do it from at least the whites.
Then we're going to put an X on this goal. You didn't do it.
That's
How are
fine.
you going to on this pod say I did it, and then I can't tell people I did it, but you're telling people now that you did it.
It's on here for my 2026 golf goals. So, spoiler. All right, let's keep it moving. We had. I wanted to play 5 new courses this year. I think we just squeaked that one out. I was trying to run through this one in my head of what I did play. So we played Lake Tahoe Golf Course on my bachelor party. We played Rams Hill.
Mm-hmm.
We played. My God,
Tecolote was a new one for you, wasn't it?
I don't know if I played Tecolote this year or not. I think that might have been tail end of last year. But either way, if you want to count Tecolote as this year, sure. Ocotillo and Foothills. I played both of those this year. And
Yep.
I feel like there's one other one when I came to town. Oh, I had never played that. I'd never technically played that Biltmore course.
The Estates.
I had only played links, not estates. So 5, and there's probably a few more in there that I'm forgetting, but we definitely hit it. I think this year I'd like to try and press that number up to 10. There's a lot here in San Diego that I have not played. I've tend to stick to my tried and tested favorites. And fingers crossed, if we've got you moving out here, we need to add some more courses to the potential must-play candidates. So hopefully they'll be new to both of us, because I know that the list that overlaps of what I've played out here and what you have played out here is very small. So spoiler for 2026 goals, I'd like to do 10 new courses. And then lastly on here, I had Card and Eagle. I'm trying to think if I know I had a shot at one at Rams on that downhill par 5 with the wind that one day. I think that's about the closest look that I had all year. The driver was so out of the bag this year that I didn't really get any short par 4s or shorter par 5s that I loved, or that I really had a chance at getting a hold of one on. So that one's still on the board. We still got to get the elusive Big Bird. But that was it for me. Some good, some bad. I probably played a lot less golf than I actually wanted to. I thought 20 was a conservative number, considering how many trips we did where I played 2 or 3 rounds in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
But I digress. I think we can still do some of this in the next year. We'll get to that when we cover my goals. But Shawn, let's hear about your 2025 goals.
Okay. My 2025 goals. So I'm just going to start with the one that's the headline here, the one that was stuck in my head all year. Score 1 round in the 60s, basically break 70 on a par 72 course. I chose Dobson Ranch as the course to get this done. I thought for sure if it was going to happen, it was going to happen at Dobson. And I actually played 10 rounds at Dobson Ranch this year trying to break this goal. More rounds than I've ever played at a single course in a year. Because here in Phoenix, you have a million courses to choose from, so you don't need to go somewhere 10 times. But anyways, just cutting to the chase, I did not, unfortunately, break 70. I had some real good looks at it.
I was going to say, what was your low round at Dobson this year?
So I have some stats here for you and some quizzes here for you.
Okay.
My lowest round was a 71. I had a 71 3 times this year. I had a 71 at Dobson, a 71 at Phoenician, and a 71 at Viewpoint in Mesa.
Okay.
Even though 71 was the best score I shot, technically, I'd argue my best chance was when I shot a 72 at Dobson, because I shot a triple bogey on hole 12, the par 3 with water. And had I just parred that, I would have broken 70. That's a 69 right there. But I triple bogeyed one single hole. Otherwise, played amazing that round. So it's like, man, just par that one freaking hole, and it was a 69.
I mean, that's literally every round of golf that almost everyone plays, where it's like, get rid of this one, and I'm not trying to devalue it. But
if I wasn't hitting driver OB, I could have done this. I realize I'm that guy. But anyways, I played Dobson 10 times this year trying to break this goal with that intention. Do you want to guess what my average score at Dobson Ranch was in 2025?
Man, you're probably going to have one blow up that brought you a little bit up. But other than that, I would say it's a 74.
73.4. My average round was plus 1.4 strokes.
Yeah.
That's just not going to get it done. I don't know what else to say. I still think I can do it, and I know it's it's the one I want back. It's the one I want the most. And I'm telling you, like, I hustled through the year to get this done. I thought I could do it in the first half. Like, I played a lot in the first, had a bit of
Yeah.
a lull in the summer. And then, like, October, I was like, I'm locking in. And I played so many rounds.
Yeah.
Just to get it done. It was so frustrating.
No, it was funny seeing like, Sean's playing another round at Dobson this week. Like
Yeah.
it's Friday, Sean's playing at Dobson, or like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm getting out this weekend. Oh, what are you doing? I'm playing Dobson again. Like,
Yeah. Shout out Dobson though. They're such a good crew there, and I had the Smash Pass there, which gets you, or the ranch card that gets you like tea times at a discounted rate, and you get $1 off
Yeah.
drinks and stuff. I got my use out of that card for sure this year, and my dad played the most golf he's played this ever with me this year. He joined for a lot, which is coming up, but yeah, just Dobson they were the perfect home for this type of thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, I had play one round with 15 greens in regulation. I just forgot to track this. This just fell off my radar completely. That was just a big fat X.
You don't put those stats into 18 birdies at all, or write nothing on the scorecard or anything?
I think after we did the pod last year, I did for maybe a round or two. And then I was like lazy and I forgot. And then I just forgot this was on the list. Like when we go to do this pod, and I was prepping for this episode, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, that existed? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
all right. Well,
big X there.
Yeah.
Play 15 rounds with you. From my calculations, I think we did 8. I have Balboa, I have Goat twice, Rams technically twice, Mountain Shadows, Camelback Ambiante, and Lake Tahoe. I think Tahoe at your bachelor party.
Also,
Ocotillo.
Ambiante and Mountain Shadows were also new courses for me, so we smashed through that record.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so Ocotillo and Foothills. Actually, I just remembered.
So that's 10.
10.
But I think Ocotillo and Foothills were the only ones we got in like the back half of the year.
Yeah.
I think when we did our check-in like before my bachelor party, I think we were at 7, thinking like, okay, cool, we're like right on pace, like we should be good. Yeah. And then we played once at my bachelor party and then twice on that other trip, and that was it.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 10 counted. So we did not.
Damn.
We did not do that one.
Damn.
I had play one round with 7 other friends. We can fly the banner on this one. Check it off. TJ's bachelor party in Tahoe, which was a blast. And I think we do need to have a Tahoe must play, or we do must play or level select. I don't know. We'll do a must play.
It's a must play. We played that course. We can rate it. Yeah, we'll have to grab somebody from the bachelor party. Either bring in one of the old favorites, get a recurring guest back on, or grab somebody new who won't absolutely freak out being on camera and rating golf courses.
Speaking of old favorite, I think one of those is Blake, and he just got married, right?
Blake did just get married. So shout out to BVT. Made the faithful trip to the self-proclaimed best city in America, Tampa Bay, and got to experience all the Cubanos you could eat, and had maybe the best blueberry muffin I've ever had at a bakery out there.
Oh wow! Damn.
Yeah, randomly, they were like, you guys need to go here for a Cuban, but like get pastries while you're there. And then like Ashley, on a whim, my wife, randomly ordered a blueberry muffin while we were there. And it turned out, and we ate it the next day, like hungover, and it was still that good. Like it had just been sitting in a box for an entire day. Still that good,
dude. But being hungover, doesn't that just make food just a half point, full point better? It's just
yeah. I will say I was super hungover. Ashley was not, and Ashley is the one with the more refined palate out of the two of us. Literal garbage can, but. She said it was phenomenal. She absolutely loves blueberry muffins. So shout out to, I wish I could remember the name of the place, but it's like the place where it's like one of the like 3 places where they say go and get Cubanos in Tampa.
Okay. Okay. Tahoe trip was actually part of my next one, which was playing 3 scrambles this year. So Tahoe was one of them. I did one with Jesse at Dobson, and I did one with you at Balboa with Greg and Bernadette as well.
Yeah.
So check mark on this.
Yeah, I mean, Two of those were unofficial scrambles, right? And then one official one.
Yeah. Yes. No. Balboa is official. So is Dobson.
Oh, the Dobson one was official.
Yeah. We played. We
Okay.
entered into a Blue Tees tournament.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Did not do well though.
Scrambles or was that 2-man for you and him?
Yeah, 2-man scramble.
2-man's really tough because you have to just have complementary games, and then someone has to be. You can't. There can't be a point where, oh, normally I'm the putting guy and my putting's off, and then like if the guy who knows he's not the putting guy,
that's a step
isn't
up.
being like, oh, I just had a good day. Like it ended up being putting. Like usually what happens is if you're the putting guy and the other guy's not, or you're the putting guy and then you start to suck, the non-putting guy's like, what the fuck's he doing here? He's my putting guy. Like, and he's just mad. He's not like, I got to make putts. He's like, no, dude, my fucking putting guy. And then you're going through like do you want me to go first? Like me and you do it all the time too, where we're like, no, you go first. No, you go first. I'm like, sometimes I like to just get up there and just not even think about it and just hit one and give everybody a read, you know?
Yeah. I feel you on that. Jesse's actually the putter in our group. He lights out. One day I'd like to have one spot. Sure. Okay, my last 2 goals here. Take Kai out on the course with my dad. This was my wholesome goal. I tried, dude. I tried so hard. We attempted this more than 2 times, but twice we had a tee time actually booked, and then it poured rain both times, so we had to cancel. Other time, my dad backed out. So there were 3 attempts at doing this, and we were just going to play 9 holes. But honestly, I'm not going to. It sounds like I just did this, but I promise I didn't. I'm going to take the ownership of this. Like it just, I had plenty of time the rest of the year to make this happen. I just didn't do it. So I do feel bad about that one. I did have a great time taking Kai out to Dobson though. Shout out to them again. They have a great practice facility and a little 3-hole course in the back, and he loves riding in the golf cart.
3-hole course. They have the mini golf in the front to where like if your kid can't hold his attention at literally anything else, it's like, all right, let's just go putt then.
Yeah. Real quick side story on this. I know I'm taking too long. The Dobson on the left-hand side has these staggered mats for the range where they're like at a diagonal angle. So if you're a lefty on the back ones, if you shank anything left, it's hitting a guy right in front of you, right? Now, it's never been in my mind, but we go. There's no one on those tee boxes, or on those mats. So I'm like, perfect. We'll just take this first one right here. Yeah, I set up his tee box and everything like that. And he's new to golf. So he's hitting them everywhere. This guy decides to go to the mat directly in front of us. There's like 5 other mats. He goes to the one right in front, and I just go, "Hey, man, just heads up." Like, I point to him. We're just out here having fun. He's new. Like, there's a chance. Yeah. And the guy goes, "Oh, no worries." He's like, "I got to hit a few real quick before I go to my lesson or whatever," and just drops his bucket of balls. And I'm like, I do not feel comfortable with this whatsoever. No. So I pick our balls up, and he's like, "Dad, why are we moving?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to say this out loud right now. Like, we're just going to go over here, okay?" So we move, and the guy looks, and he goes, I said I had no problem. And I was like, "I heard what you said."
Yeah. So I know that you have no problem, but when my kid hits you, you're going to have a problem.
Okay, anyways. And then my last goal here was play 3 rounds with my dad. We crushed this. I actually played 8 rounds with my dad this year.
Greg Massey, what a guy.
Yeah, he got it 8 times. He said it was the most he's ever played in his life in a year since having me.
Wow.
So 40 years.
all it took was you also having a kid and
having a goal.
Somehow having more time to play golf.
Yeah. And he shot some scores. Like when he finally gets in a rhythm, he shot some good scores. I think he broke 80 like 3 times out of those 8.
No way.
Yeah.
Hot dang. I didn't know Greg Massey had it like that.
Oh my God. He used to have it. We would go to pavilions. Do you remember that course?
Yeah.
Because
behind Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. Behind Discovery Zone. If you want to go.
Yeah, if you go back to DZ, it was DZ.
Yeah.
Do you remember at Pavilions there was a hole right behind the range that like there was
Yeah.
no fence or anything?
Yeah.
He would bomb it into that hole and have people on that hole be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
there's one like that out here at Oaks, where when they move, there's the mats where everyone hits off of, and then sometimes they move you out to the grass. When they move you out to the grass, it says irons only. I've
yeah,
definitely hit driver out there, but my goal is to actually put one on that hole from the mats and have them ask me to stop hitting driver
that's a good goal.
from the mats. That's we might add, that's going to be an
Does that
addendum
make it
for
2026?
2026 here. That's going to be an addendum. That's you know what you were done with yours, right?
Yeah, let's segue into your 2026.
Oh yeah, then there it is. Goal number 1. Have to have the staff at Oaks North ask me to not hit driver onto the hole behind the driving range. I don't want them to do it. I don't want them to do it when it's supposedly irons only and I just pretend like I didn't see the sign. I don't want them to ask me because I snap hooked one onto the first hole on the left or sliced one out onto the 9th hole out on the right. I want to hit the hole behind the whole driving range. Let's see. Also, I think we're going to run it back with 20 rounds. I think 20 rounds is a good number. I think last year, like I said, we barely eclipsed it. But I think we've got a lot more going on this year. But man, it's tough because I almost want to bump that number up. Because if you move, then it's probably higher.
Bump this up, yeah.
We'll go to 25. We'll cautiously go to 25, and if we come in at the mid-year checkpoint and it's at 10, I'm going to be pissed off. But we'll get all right. We're going to run back round with no 3 putts, round with no 2 chips, obviously.
Can I ask a question on the 3-putt one? Because I don't remember the answer to this. Ball's on the fringe and you elect to putt it. Is that putt 1 or is this 3 putts on the green?
3 putts on the green. I think most in a traditional sense of how the game is scored, I tend to count a lot of those putts from the fringe as a putt.
Yeah.
Just from like a tracking standpoint, as like you opted to putt here, and that should count. But I think for this goal's sake, I would say 3 putts on the green.
Okay, so usually, 1 round with no.
Usually, if I'm putting from the fringe, it's because of the lack of confidence that I have in my chipping that day.
No, I love putting from off the green. I think that's the move.
I mean, I do too. Depending upon the hole, a lot of times it is the move.
Yeah.
It's your best putt is better than your worst putt is better than your best chip, right? So, yeah. But I think for tracking purposes, I'm saying 3 putts on the green.
Okay, cool. And then 2 chips, 1 round without 2 chips.
2 chips again. Obviously, there's a little bit of discretion there, but I think it has to pass the eye test. If I went out and tried to recreate the shot at the range and somebody said that's definitely a chip, then that's what it is.
A bunker doesn't apply to this, though, right? Like if you hit it out of a bunker into the rough and then you chip from the rough onto the green.
I would love to not count that. I would love to have that not be something that
I don't think that's a 2 chip. Yeah, that's a bunker play, and that's a different shot.
I don't think it's 2 chips, but I don't want to have this goal be checked off because of something like that. I want to have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're also going to break 90 from a proper set of tees. That is further back. Whites, blues, not blacks. If I'm sitting here talking about breaking 90, I do not play from the back. I will occasionally... Go ahead.
Do you have a course in mind you think this is going to happen at?
I mean, we just talked about it. Just got the high handicapper award on the Musties. Encinitas Ranch could be one that this could happen at. I don't think I've gone back and played Encinitas Ranch since I shot that 96 there. I think Mission Trails, where I shot the 93 last year, is also another strong candidate. That's a decently gettable course. If you recall, I shot the 93 hitting 5-iron off of all the tees. Yeah. So imagine if I can actually put a driver in play, that makes the course that much shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those would be the top 2 contenders out here. There's maybe a world in which RBI, just because I've played RBI enough and know where to hit the ball at RBI. So I would say those 3. Those are the top 3 contenders outside of playing somewhere like new that we haven't played before and being like, oh, I think this is a decently gettable course. Oh, now that I even just like thought about it in my head too, it's not a gettable course in terms of this, but I also played Journey at Pechanga this year. That's also a new course that I added to the
Oh,
list.
nice. Yeah, I haven't played that yet.
That's a good one. We've got to. I think we tried to get you out there, and then it poured rain on us. So I was 5 new courses last year. I want to do 10. The reason I'm doing this one is because we're going to already hit 2 by the 10th this Saturday. So we'll already have 2 new courses under the belt, and then I'm hoping that if we get you out here, that number is going to just jump up, because then also there's the world in which you and I say, oh, let's just do a day trip up into LA and play this course, or
we're saving for a different pod the courses that we want to go play in 2026.
100%. Yeah, we're gonna do a review of last year on our goals pod. We talked about what courses we wanted to play in 2025. We're gonna break that out into its own episode. I think some of those courses deserve a little bit of their own glow, and we didn't want to just brush over it really quick. So we'll talk about what courses we did play, which ones carry over, and then add some new courses to that list.
Okay. Cool.
And then Card and Eagle. The Eagle's back. The big bird. It's got to be on there, So those are, let me double check here. Yeah, those were all the ones that I had for 2026. We're being a little modest, but I think we still have overall the same amount of goals. So
okay, I'll do my golf goals and then we'll go into your personal.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so I have break 70 on a par 72 course again. Just sticking it on there. Play at least 1 round with my dad and Kai. We're going to roll that one over as well. And that just needs to happen. I'm going to try and do that one this month. I don't want to wait for that one. I've been trying to make it happen. Do it. Yeah. Join the Happy Hour Golf Club.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Noli. I've told him on Instagram, save a spot for me, brother. I want in on this. I've seen the reels. It looks so much fun. Every time I see it, I have the most FOMO I've ever had. I am moving my butt out to San Diego this year, and I'm joining that Happy Hour Golf Club. And you're welcome to join with me, TJ.
They have their season kickoff event, I think, next Saturday that I think I'll be attending once I get back in town.
Nice. So. I have walk 5 or more rounds this year. I have really enjoyed walking courses. I walked a couple of the Dobson rounds. I've walked Viewpoint. I've walked a few others. It's just like you have time to think between your shots, and you're more focused on the golf than like fumbling with your phone in between on the car, or I don't know. It's just, I get into a rhythm, I feel like.
I feel that. I walked with Rev the other day. Rev and I walked 13 holes. We got cut off by the sun, but it's such a good time. Like I don't know. There's just something. It's so easy to like get angry, throw a club in the bag, sit down in the cart angry, like slam your foot on the gas and drive to where your ball is.
Yeah.
Whereas walking, you're like okay, like let's go walk. Let's go take a. Yeah. It's just. The only thing that I don't like about walking is that you are in significantly more danger on a course with holes that run parallel to each other. Oh my God. Like I almost got no four-called on one the other day where I like I sadly also had to go into the other fairway to go find my ball. And I stuck like a little bit longer on their side of the course to give the guy the opportunity to apologize. And he was like, hey man, my bad. He's like, I suck at golf. And I was like, hey, I get it. I was over here in this other fairway too, man. Walking with or without push cart?
Always with. I don't know if it's superstitious, but I feel like carrying the bag changes my game. I like by the back 9, just carrying the bag, even if it's lighter. I just feel a little different, even with the 2 straps. I've had back issues in the past too, so I don't know. I just don't. I love push carts. I think they're nice.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this might be the year that I fully invest in an actual push cart.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Just get a nice one that holds all the stuff. So
although I really want, on the opposite side of the spectrum, I would love a golf cart. Just in
that's different.
There's neighbors out here that have them, and they're just rolling to the coffee shop in their golf carts, and I'm like, that looks sick.
I think about it every time I have to load up the whole car to drive down to Ashley's parents' house, where I'm like, man, this would be so much cooler if we just had a golf cart.
so much more fun too.
So much more fun.
Yeah. Also, Kai loves being in a golf cart, so that would just be fun. My last two here, I have playing 3 tournaments where the handicap is a requirement. So this is a official tournament where you got to basically give them your handicap in order to be eligible to play. I don't know what that number is required for different tournaments, but this isn't just like go sign up for a scramble or something like that. This is like where you keep a score and you're on a leaderboard.
Depending upon what time you make it out here and sign up for happy hour, the happy hour golf season could check all that off for you right away.
Yeah, that's true.
Not everything that Noli runs is. He does a lot of, I won't say gimmicky stuff, but he does some fun stuff. He does a Civil War every year, which is like Ryder Cup style format. Yeah. He does like a 2-man scramble that's all wrestling themed, where there's like all sorts of weird shit that you can do during it. But he does run a handful of majors and actually handicap scored tournaments too.
Through the SCGA, right? Is that what he does?
Yeah. That's part. I think that's part of the other reason why I want to sign up is get an official handicap, not just what 18 birdie says I'm at. I know that the calculation is the same, but
just to make it official.
I don't know. Every once in a while, somebody asks for your gin, and I'm like, I don't have one, but I could. But are you going to doubt me if I tell you that I'm a 25 handicap?
They're like, yeah, I'm giving you that many strokes.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And my last one here is play at least 5 new Southern California golf courses.
Hell yeah!
So this includes LA, Santa Barbara, basically Santa Barbara down.
Yeah, Inland Empire.
Yeah, I really want to go check some out. And we'll do that in the next pod, but I need to expand my SoCal database. I have San Diego pretty well defined, and I've played a lot out there, but I have a big gap in the Orange County, LA area. So
yeah, I want to get out. Yeah, there's definitely a lot up there that I want to get out to that are even some of the munis up there are just so great and give us another opportunity to connect with some people that are up there as well.
Yeah. So those are my golf goals. Okay, this year we decided to do some, overshare a little bit with the audience here and do some personal goals.
Yeah, these are. I don't know how many of these you did. I did 3.
I have 7.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
Hope you got a long ride, folks, or whatever you're deciding to do today to listen to the full pod. Long walk. Take a little extra long walk. That'll parlays right into here in my first goal. Get under 190 pounds. I have let myself get up above 200, which is my no-go zone when it comes to my weight. And I just need to get it back under control. I think I had a handful of back injuries, which prevents me from working out and doing even a whole lot. And then I just had a lot of reasons to celebrate this year. We had a lot of wedding planning, a lot of dessert tastings, and I can say that, but it's just me being lazy. Got to get back under 190. We're trending in the right direction, but I feel like if you put it on paper, it's a little bit more.
Do you want to share how far away that might be, or do you just want to get under 200?
I would say right now I'm somewhere between 200 and 205 pounds. So this is
okay. So you're right there. Okay.
Yeah, this is staying on the straight and narrow through the winter season, right?
So is this by the end of the year? You weigh this amount? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So that means we got to keep it under 190. Like I don't want to be like 189.8 after I woke up in the morning and did my business and all of a sudden, I'm under. All right, cool. We checked off the goal. Like I know I need to end the year. So this is also holding me accountable through the holiday season next year to stay under that number. Okay. I also want to attempt to do 15 minutes minimum of stretching every day. This kind of ladders into my golf game a little bit. I just feel better about my golf game when I've been stretching. I just end up feeling like I have more control over my swing. I don't feel so stiff, not just even stretching out on the golf course, like just when I'm stretching at home in general. So I think this is just, and like I said, I hurt my back twice last year. So the boy needs to be a little bit more limber and a little bit more pliable going into 2026 and beyond. So
Nima,
yeah. I've got the Peloton app and they've got stretching classes on there. It's just a matter of being like, instead of spending 15 minutes doing this thing, you need to spend 15 minutes stretching instead.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be like, nope, I'm just going to stay on the couch and watch another 15-minute YouTube video or whatever, right? And be like, why don't you just stretch on the floor while watching that YouTube video? And then lastly here, this one's a little bit more personal, but I want to do one date night per month with my wife.
I have the same thing. That's one of my 7.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously just married in 2025 and I think we've talked about it, or I've talked about it a lot with my wife, that you should never stop dating the person that you're married to. So I think it's a really important thing to carve out time for one another and make sure that we go out and do something, the two of us. Yes, we go out to eat all the time or go out to dinner or go sit at the bar at Karl Strauss or whatever and have 2 beers and a few appetizers or whatnot. But I'm talking like bona fide dressing up date nights, just the two of us. So
okay, we have different definitions because what I'm describing is the first thing that you just described.
Where you're like, but you're more so like, well, you have a kid, so for you guys it's like just the two of us going out and eating and spending time, just the two of us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. All right, that was it. I only had 3. I kept it
only
minimal.
3. Do you have more you're not sharing, or are those
I haven't. I have a tough time with personal resolutions just because I feel like a lot of times you're only setting yourself up for failure. And then I have a tendency, I feel like if I do a lot more, I have a tendency to get overwhelmed with something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're a golf podcast first. It's what happens within my golf game a lot. I start thinking about a lot of the things that I have to do, and then I forget about the other things that I have to do. I'm worried about how I'm hitting the club the day. What do I need to do in my swing? Like what's my current swing thought? What's the lie look like? What trouble is there on the hole? Can I afford to be short or long? And then all of a sudden I hit the ball and the ball comes up 20 yards short and it's like, yeah, TJ, the wind's blowing into our face. And it's like, I didn't even think about it because I was so overwhelmed with all the other things that I have to process.
Yeah.
So for me, simplicity is probably much more likely. I could have made other ones that helped ladder into getting under 190, that if I checked those ones off, that would be a goal that would get hit.
Yeah.
But I chose to keep it a little more confined.
I like
but
that.
No shade. No shade. To each their own.
Real quick on that distance thing, I got an opportunity randomly to play with a caddy not too long ago. And I realized how infrequently I'm thinking about slope. So for some reason
of the ball, like of where you're standing.
Yeah. Like if the hole's higher up or lower down or whatever, if it's an obvious par 3 where it's like, okay, I got to take less club here. I'm going to take less club. But like, I think about wind a lot, but I don't think about slope that much when it's like a gradual one. And so we had a caddy and he's like, all right, it's like 190 plane 202 or something. And, before he said that, I was like, great, 190. And then I'm like, oh shit. Okay. 202. Yeah. Like I realized I don't do that much.
Well, here's the thing is that you don't own a rangefinder, do you?
I do now actually. And I finally have started using slope on it and figuring it out. Because for most of 2025, I have not been.
No, because for me, I think you've always been a guy who's either looking at 18 birdies in his phone or tapping the GPS in the golf cart, and that's your number. And then that's your number. And you just walk out there, and that's the club that you hit.
Yeah.
Also, God, having a caddy and having the caddy take a lot of those things off of your thought process. Fuck.
It was great. It was great. We'll have to save a separate story or maybe after this pod, I'll give you the story and we can add it at the end if anyone wants to stick around. So
yeah, the caddy story.
Yeah. Okay, those are your personal goals then.
Yeah, let's hear your personal.
Okay, my first one: move the family to San Diego / sell my house. It's in the plans. It's in the works. But man, that's a big one on my mind, and I'm going to do it. I have healthier phone habits. So I put in parentheses here, no screen until I start work on a weekday. So in the morning, try not to look at my phone. Yeah. No phone in bed And then this is the biggest one here is no phone while playing with Kai. Okay, so I don't know other parents in this, hopefully if they're listening, they'll relate to this, but listen, when you're like, hey, let's go play, you're into it for a little bit there. But then the play continues and it's been an hour already, and then it's like you're on to the next thing and you're like, oh God, I don't know if I got the energy for this kind of thing, It's so easy to just pull it out while they're doing something. And I want to be more present and I don't want to do that. So that's the breakdown.
What's funny about the phone habits is that's something, obviously, as I run our social, like that's something that I am super guilty of, and I'm trying to flip the mindset of create more and consume less.
I like that.
If for anyone who's out there, and if you're a fellow creator or account, and I haven't liked one of your posts, I apologize. I probably haven't seen it. But yeah, so it was funny. I did this 2 years ago when it was my resolution for the year, and I set time limits on the apps, like on all my social media apps. Mm-hmm. And then we started FairWagers, and I started doing our social.
The alerts.
And then it was like, oh my God. And that was, so I've been slowly trying to be better about it, but yeah, I'm still in the same boat where like sometimes I wake up in the morning and I scroll a little bit before I get out of bed, or sometimes I go to bed knowing that I can fall asleep with my phone like in my hand, like, oh, it's my intention to go to bed and scroll a little bit before I fall asleep. Where it's like, oh, well, I'm going to bed at a reasonable hour. It's 10:30, and then you'll sit and scroll for like an hour, and you're like,
I've gotten better at not doing that. So like the bed one, I've already put into place for a while. I just want to continue that one. But the morning and then the play one, those are the ones that are going to be tough for me that I'm going to have to start.
I could see the play one being tough because, you're like, my biggest thing is that I've always tried to force that I've been trying to remind myself more of is that like the messages will be there. The content will be there. Like you're not going to miss anything that's probably super urgent at all.
For me, it's work. I own my own business. So like I get Slack messages and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can go do that real quick, or I can knock out a message real quick or reply back. And I need to be better at that. I have the monthly date night. So the one that you covered, I have that on here.
Yeah.
My last 3 are travel to one new country in 2026, which I should be doing this summer for a wedding.
So hold on. Because I refrained from putting these on because I felt like they were already in the works and they're not actual goals. So I'm calling you out a little bit on this one.
I mean, technically the trip's not been booked yet. Like I got to do it.
That's fair, but the full intention is already there to be going.
Whatever.
I refrained from doing this one to have an easy check off on my list. So I got to call a spade a little bit because I think we're going to the same country, at least for a brief period, for the same reason.
Are we golfing in that new country?
God, I don't know if my wife will let me do that. If I'm being honest. It's also supposed to be our honeymoon, or it's being part of our honeymoon. So I don't know how much she'll appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a no-go. I have see a game at one new baseball stadium. I went to Oracle, where the Giants are this year.
Yep.
Had a blast, an absolute blast. It was such a cool ballpark. I think it's usually ranked in the top 3 ballparks, up there with PNC and Petco. And then Camden Yards. Those are like the top 4, most people agree. I would love to go see a new game. I think if I was going to go do one, it's probably going to be T-Mobile. Go see a Mariners game. Because Jones just moved up to Seattle. And so I'd love to go up there. And I think we have plans to go in the summer.
Have you been to Dodger Stadium? And I don't even know where the Angels play, but have you been to both of those?
Yes, been to both.
Okay. Because that was going to be like my oh yeah, if you move to San Diego, then it's really easy to just like go to a Dodgers game.
Yeah, I grew up in LA, so I went to both those games.
Okay, fair.
And then my last one here is a big one. Broaden my financial literacy. I just need to get better at it. Like I've been looking into, I obviously know your like IRAs, your Roths, and I
Yeah.
know about 401ks and 529s and all the different acronyms. But like, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about a custodial brokerage account. I was like, I couldn't even tell you what that means. Like, I started looking into it. I'm like, oh, I should do one of these, and I don't know. I
Is
just
it? Can
need
you
to be better.
enlighten? For the listeners at home, could you tell them what the custodial brokerage is?
Yeah, purely just for them, right?
For the people at home, of course.
Yeah. So it's if you have an account where you trade or you buy stock in, like, you could buy an ETF, you could buy, stock in any company, you open a brokerage account with someone, right? That's for yourself. And then that's obviously you pay taxes or whatever on, whatever you're making that year. Well, you can open one for your kid, and you can say that my kid's brokerage account, I will fund however often you want. So I can fund $25 a month in there and put it in a safe ETF or something I think is going to, return 10% or more every year.
Okay.
And it's not taxed at my amount. It's taxed at kids, which is $0 because he doesn't have employment. So
Yeah.
I can say this matures at the age of 18, and then at 18, he gets the account. So
Gotcha.
it's like a savings type thing, but it's, in the market versus just a savings account.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. So anyways, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how many of those little things are out there that I'm not taking advantage of that I don't know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I want to broaden my literacy with finance.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
It's tough because it's not like it's not a SMART goal, but like I would think that at the end of the year you would know if you did or did not do it.
Yes.
It's not like there's no defined number to it. It's not necessarily measurable, but
yeah. Also, I was on the site trying to fund it, and it hadn't been approved yet, but I got an email saying it did. And I go to the live chat, and the live chat guy goes, "Hey, I'm Alex from Phoenix." And I was like, "Oh." So after I get done with the help support, I go, "I'm in the Valley too, by the way." I don't know why I told the guy this, but I was like, he seemed nice throughout the chat. And he goes, "Oh, I saw that." He goes, "I'm in Queen Creek." And I go, "Oh, nice." I go, "You enjoying the weather?" He's like, "Yeah, trying to get out and golf." And I go, "Oh, what courses do you play?" And then there was silence, and the chat ended. I was
He's like, "Oh no, I'm not allowed to talk to people about this."
What happened? Did like someone supervisor come over, or was he lying about it? Like, I don't know.
What if it's an AI chatbot and it knows too much about you, and it tries to just be super relatable to you?
It probably was AI. Why do I even assume it was a person?
Where it's like, oh yeah, they'll definitely be a little bit more reasonable if it's a person who golfs like them, who lives near them.
Yeah, they'll probably put more money in this thing,
but not close. Like not where they'd like run into him in the grocery store. You overhear a guy named Alex in line at the grocery store, and you're like, "The chat, the custodial brokerage guy." You wouldn't happen to be Alex F for Fidelity, are you? All right.
Okay, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
2025 podcast and account goals. You want to lead us off?
Yeah. So social media goals that we had set. We smashed some of these and then we missed some of these. It's a little bit of a mixed bag for us. IG, Instagram, for those not in the know, we had set at a modest 3,000 followers at the end of the year. When we had closed out 2024, we were at 1,700. And I said, yeah, I think about double, repeating what we did would be nice. I'd like to see that. Very happy to report that we closed out the year with 8,700 followers on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
So that was cool. It's not obviously all podcast content. We do a lot of other golf adjacent type stuff, but if you don't follow us, and there's probably a thing right here that tells you where to go follow us. Also doing pretty well on TikTok as well. I think we just hit over 5,500 follows on TikTok as well.
Nice.
I'd love to get us to that elusive 10,000 number someday, where apparently you can start monetizing things and we can get, pennies, whatnot. We had set YouTube at 500 subscribers. We fell just short of that one. 427, I believe, is the last number that I looked at.
Yeah.
So not too far off, but I definitely thought that we were going to get there. I thought that that was like a modest number as well, because I think that was like double. But the YouTube game is crazy right now, especially because I think outside of one golf video that you edited last year, everything else was just podcast content, and outside of like some shorts.
Yeah.
But everything was podcast content. So, and it's not like we're like going over the top with the videos for these. Like we do some inserts and whatnot, but you know, there's people who still prefer to listen to these on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. So there's that. Looking at some of the podcast / must play goals. You want me to dive into those?
Yeah, go for it.
100 followers on Spotify. We felt again just a hair short of that one. It feels like we were like 75 to 80% of all the goals. I think we're at like 74 or 76 people on Spotify. But I will say, from when we pull numbers, it looks like a lot more people listen to us on Apple Podcasts, which I was surprised about.
Yeah, they do.
But if you consume a podcast and you want a video version of that, the video version is available on YouTube and on Spotify, not on Apple. So we had 10,000 new podcast listens was the number that we had set. We had 2,500 at the end of last year. And as of right now, our total is roughly around 20K. So we had increased that by 17.5 thousand, which was sick. That's
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I think that's not even the most up to date. Like, I think that was like roughly as of like a week or so ago. And I don't even think I've had you pull numbers for some of the other podcasts. So that's pretty cool. Hold on. I just clicked off of all of the goals on my screen.
I have the next 20 new must play course episodes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny because we said courses, and then I think we talked about it in it where you were like, no, just like 20 episodes. Or one of us just said, no, 20 episodes.
Did we?
I think so. I think we were just like, no, we want to do 20 must play episodes in the year. Because I think we had just started out, right? So we were like, oh, we kind of started in the middle of the year and we had done like 12. So we were like, oh, like, let's try and get to, let's try and get to a higher number. We did 29 last year, right?
Yeah. So a mix of that was level select, must play, and bonus rounds. I don't know if I'm giving us the dub on this one. I feel like it says must play course episodes. That's how I wrote it in there, at least.
I think that's how you wrote it in there in like the doc. But I think if we went back and checked the tape, I think we budged a little bit, because I was like, wait, we're going to do like 2 courses a month. I was like,
and then we probably walked me back from it.
Yeah. Speaking of walking you back, there's also a goal on here for 8 female guests over the course of last year.
There was.
We had 3.
Didn't we have 4? Who do you have as 3?
So I had Alex from Babes Golf.
Yeah.
Bernadette.
Yeah.
And Mariah.
Is that all we had?
Alyssa was in 2024.
Oh yeah, she was before that, huh?
Yeah, because what this goal was spurned was how much you liked having Alyssa's perspective on the podcast.
Yeah,
and that's why you wanted to add more females. I will say this is not for lack of effort. We definitely did try to get more females on the podcast. The real tough part is scheduling. That is not a. This is why a lot of podcasts have producers, because producers deal with the scheduling. They are not also the people making the podcast or making the content, or, obviously other people have teams and editors and and producers and all of that, right? It's us. So scheduling can be a bear, and trying to, track people down or get them to commit to a time and whatnot. That's a little bit of tough. And then also, like, if we want to do a must play episode with them, there's got to be an overlap of a course that they've played with us. So sometimes that's the toughest part. And that's a lot of times we end up having someone on for must play who we played the course with that day. We're trying to like play the round with them, so then that way we know that they can speak to that course.
Yeah.
So
still, though, I have to say I'm disappointed. I would have enjoyed having a female guest, and that's why I set the goal. Just that alternative perspective on things. Also, too, like we've said this on the pod so many times, but they're sometimes the best to play with because they are honestly some of the most fun hangs. They're good at golf. They play faster than guys on average. I swear to God. Every time I'm
Yeah.
playing with someone like a female, they're playing fast. And then we've talked like with Alex about the pro shop one where she brought a whole different perspective to things, but just in general, like your eyes are opened. I feel like when you talk to
Yeah.
somebody who experiences it. So I don't know. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to set a number again without giving you a heads up on 2026 because that one I sprang on you. But yeah,
Let's say 5. Let's try and meet the rest of that 8, and let's say 5 for 2026.
okay, I love that. I love keeping it on 2026.
Yeah, let's try and keep that. And then this other one that I think we're going to have to try and bring back, play and review 2 courses not in California, Arizona, Washington, or Oregon.
Yeah.
We didn't do one of those.
No, I didn't even play a single course outside those states.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't. I went to Tampa. I potentially had the chance to play in Tampa, but we had to come right home on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I unfortunately didn't get to play with Blake while I was in Tampa. I sadly don't think that I'm going to have time to play in Orlando when I go for the PGA show here in a few weeks.
Really?
Huh. It's, dude, Monday is like a bona fide full travel day, right? It's going West Coast to East Coast is a full day. Like, there's no way of getting around it. And then the show's Tuesday through Thursday. And then on Friday, I fly out in the afternoon. But where I am staying in Orlando is not far from where my dad lives and my grandmother, who I haven't seen in like over a decade. So I need to go see my grandma.
Yeah.
Wholesome moment here, choosing my grandmother over golf.
Hey, I can't argue against that.
And then there's one last one here, physical must play plaque. This is hand up on me. I'd like to say that this one is checked off, but it's not fully checked off because we haven't done it yet. But there is a course that wants to put a must play plaque in their pro shop. I won't reveal who it is yet. No, I don't want to reveal who it is yet. I don't want to reveal who it is yet. But there is a course that wants the plaque in the office. If you want to follow along and see who it ends up being, it'll definitely be on our social channels. And then also, I think you and I also have aspirational plans this year to try and do a few more like live streams / happy hours.
Are you going to 2026 right now?
But no, I'm just talking about how that's probably also some information that will come. We'll probably do some live Q&As or stuff like that. So if you're really chomping at the bit and haven't seen that information come across your feed on social, you'll be able to poke us and prod us during some sessions like that this year.
Yeah. Well, why don't we jump into it?
Yeah. Did I miss anything this year?
No,
for 2025. Okay. Yeah. So for social 2026, I want to hit 20K. For Instagram for sure. That's I feel like social media is a little bit of exponential where once you kind of get past some certain numbers, the ball kind of starts to roll a little bit more in your favor. I also think that we've done a pretty good job of vetting out some content styles that do work for us.
Yeah.
And kind of found our footing with some of the clips from the podcast that work well. And then also some other stuff that kind of is adjacent to what we do on the podcast, but is kind of repeatable. So I think we can get more of that out there. Also, we started a separate Instagram for the podcast in the past year. Must Play Pod on Instagram. I think we hit over 700 followers over there, just posting stuff from the podcast and the podcast only. So if you're a person who doesn't want to deal with seeing my face or seeing what goes on in any of our lives and you just want to get clips from the podcast, go give us a follow. It's the link for it's always in the description. I had YouTube here as 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, you want to get that monetization, baby, don't you?
I want to get, you got to get to that $1,000 to get actual or 1,000 subscribers to get to that monetization and a specific number of views.
Yeah.
So I think that is I want to get there this year real bad. And I think
I have another Threven video I'm working on.
Okay.
I've not told you about, but I have one that I'm going to be releasing hopefully here soon.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, and I'm also hoping that with your potential move out here, we have some more opportunities to play some real life G and not have everything just be podcasts. And I'm hoping that we can also film. It'll be a little bit easier for us to film podcasts because we're not worried about what's going on with people, or we can grab somebody who's local, and it's a lot easier to grab somebody and say, hey, we're going to go do this in Sean's garage or in TJ's office or whatever, right? And jam 3 people in here and turn it into a hot box. So with that, I also am hoping I want to do 40 episodes this year.
I love that.
I think we should. I think if we do 3 a month plus an extra one here and there, I would say, probably if we do some happy hours, those probably turn into actual podcast episodes that we just trim down a little bit. But I think we can get to 40, especially with the pending move.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much doubled all of the numbers that we missed out on, right? 200 followers on Spotify. I think with more episodes, more exposure. I'm also hoping to go to the PGA show and shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies. Start to get us out there a little bit more. Start to make people a little bit more aware. If you're going to the PGA show, drop us a line. I'd love to connect with you. Love to shake your hand, kiss your baby. Just let us know. And then we got to carry over the play and review 2 courses not in California, Arizona, Washington, or Oregon. Not full must plays, not level selects. So I think maybe there's a world where we go down south and we go to Cabo or something, and we do a Cabo day trip when you move, or we take a run over to we really could have tried to sneak one in Reno. And we
could say Vegas isn't too far away. We could do Vegas.
And just do an overnighter. Yeah, we could figure that one out.
Yeah.
So, okay. That was it. Did I leave? Was there anything else that you want to spring on me?
Yeah, I have 2. Host a live podcast with audience being able to join the live broadcast, and the audience gets to be a vote on a must-play reviewed course.
Yep.
I think that'd be a lot of fun to have people weigh in and leave comments, and we'll figure out how to run that. So that's one of my goals. And the other one here is host 1 Phoenix and 1 San Diego meetup in person with listeners. Parentheses, can be a golf outing or event. Yeah. So, maybe that's me reaching out to some of the people who've been leaving comments about courses out here in the Valley and saying like, hey, let's get together. Let's go do this. Let's go play. Maybe you do the same in San Diego, or maybe one of these live podcasts, we do a live in-person podcast. That would be sick. I mean, one can dream, but I just think that there's a way for us to engage with our community that we're starting to build here and actually go play with some of these listeners. There's one guy in particular on YouTube who lives on the West Side who I think we're going to reach out to and try and play with. So he's been doing some good work on YouTube over for us there.
He's been active.
He has been, and I appreciate him. And so, I think those are my only 2 for the pod.
Hell yeah. I love that. I love that we kind of close that out with, wanting to get everybody a little bit more involved. I think we've been doing, I think we admittedly want to do more kind of like 2-man stuff with the 2 of us. And getting to know more of the people who are active listeners, and getting you guys a little bit more involved and making you guys a little bit more part of the show, whether it's, a monthly Q&A where we all crack open a few beers and, we've got a beer sponsor, and maybe we do some giveaways from some of our brand partners and whatnot. And just, kind of have a good time, get to know some people a little bit more.
Yeah. We got exciting stuff in 2026. I really do hope everyone here sticks around and follows us, and subscribe if you don't already, because we have more coming that we're just not letting in on. Like, we've got some stuff we're not discussing because we got to really firm it up. But between that and the move and some new sponsors that we're hinting at, I just think there's a lot of exciting things that are here to come. And also, you mentioned the PGA show. I'll be out at the Phoenix Open So if anyone's going to be at the Waste Management and wants to get together for a drink, I'll happily buy you a beer.
What day are you going to be at Waste Management?
First day. I'll be on Thursday. Yeah.
On Thursday? Okay. I think similarly, I think I'm being tagged by my regular day gig to be in Phoenix the same weekend, but I believe I'm working for my company on Thursday. And I believe we are working on getting tickets for Friday. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
So flip flop. I think that's also news to Shawn. I don't think I've told Shawn that yet, but yeah, I think I will be out there Friday tentatively. So if you want to say what's up, say what's up. I'd love to buy you a light domestic beer.
There's a hit. All right. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. If you don't already, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your episodes, and also over on YouTube. We really do appreciate it. This has been a fun 2025, as we mentioned on the last one when we did the Must Play Awards. Got some great reception over there, and I'm looking forward to doing 40 episodes here in 2026.
40 episodes. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow, rate. Yep. Use FairWagers 20 at devrogolf.com. And just hit us up. Shoot us a DM. If you feel weird about it, don't feel weird about it. Shoot us a DM. We're regular dudes. We love to have conversations with you guys.
All right. TJ, thank you again. We'll see you guys soon.
Deuces.